What is going on, everybody? We got a pretty lit matchup on tap for you tonight. California State University, Never Lucky Gaming, both two undefeated teams at 2-0 for some early league Phoenix esports action. My name is Yanni. I am joined by Romeo. And Romeo, we've already seen a little bit of California State University, but now we get to see Never Lucky Gaming, see what they got on the Rift.
Yes, we have. Last time we seen California State University on stream, they were a force to be reckoned with. An absolute powerhouse in the first game that we ever got to cast with each other. And the first ever cast stream on Phoenix Esports, CSU East Bay Esports were incredible to watch. I believe they're now 2-0 in the active season. Here is Never Lucky Gaming. We haven't seen a lot from them on stream. But, judging by their players and their players' profiles, they might be able to hold a candle to California State.
Yeah, they could. We know that these players are bold and brash, oftentimes making their presence known in the Discord and in the 10-mans that we run. Dominato had some pretty high praise for their team. They've proclaimed Never Lucky Gaming as the best team in PXE.
That is one bold statement to make. That being said, both these teams at the moment are undefeated in active league. Both teams, I believe, are 2-0 at the moment, if I'm correct. Meaning that, for the first time, right now, CSU or Never Lucky's winning streak comes to an end within this next hour and a half.
Yeah, and you know what? It just depends on if you're going to get lucky or you're never lucky. But these teams are quite a bit different. CSU, they just kind of decide to just punch holes through walls, really. They didn't meet their 10K 20-minute quota like they said they would the very first stream, but it looks like they're gelling pretty well. And Never Lucky Gaming proclaiming themselves as the best team in PXE. CSU gets the win here. I mean, that cements you as the top team, right?
I think it has to. If Never Lucky is able to pull off a win against California State University and hold up their statement about being the best team in the league, I think it's impressive to call your shot, take it, and be successful. That being said, do you think that having an ego going into this match could be a problem?
I mean, yeah. Like, having an ego going into any match can be a problem. Listen, I have an ego from when I was good many seasons ago, and I went 3-7 in placements. I started out 1-7. I'll tell you how sad I was. But in all actuality, coming in with an ego, that's the easiest way to get knocked off the pedestal. As we see a couple of bans coming through, we see Tristana and Rek'Sai, but hold on, I think there's an issue with CSU trying to ban.
Yes, it looks like
it might be an issue, so we might have to go back and redo this whole pick and ban thing short. So, an auspicious start, but we'll get into the game as soon as we possibly can. So, Dominato said it's going to be the biggest jungle gap you've ever seen, up 100 CS and top kill participation on his team in all of these games. That is the goal. That is the mark that needs to be met or surpassed. Do you think we're going to see that happen against Pikachu?
All I have to say is last time we seen Pikachu, they earned the nickname Pikachamp. And that's not for no reason. Pikachu was everywhere last time we seen these CSU take on a team in Phoenix Esports. With Never Lucky Gaming, Dominato seems to have been a prime spot for them. Like a very important player when it comes to Never Lucky. But to match Pikachu is definitely a feat that if Dominato can pull off, then it's definitely possible.
And listen, all things are possible when you step onto the Rift. See if we'll get Pikachu or Pikachamp, like you threw him in one of those, those random Pokemon combiners. But now we finally have some picks and bans coming through. It is once again Tristan and Rek'Sai. They're not going to change anything there. Hecarim and Swain are off the board. To nobody's surprise, as Nerf Swain sits on the side of Never Lucky Gaming.
That champion has been a beast in 2023. I mean, since preseason, I think I've seen Swain picked or banned in almost any game I've played. And I feel like healing is one of the better stats right now in League of Legends, and Swain just does a ton of it. Plus, they're a tank with the new tank items, and they do AP damage. They have everything you want in a champ, plus they get flex support in mid. It's just an insane champ to go up against. That being said, with Never Lucky Gaming, they took out Pika Champ's Rek'Sai, which we seen that last time, and it went really well. Or really poor, actually, but not for the side of CSU.
Oh yeah. Pika Chump just decided to say, you know what, I will play whatever I have to play. Real quick, want to touch on that Nerf Swain ban. Nerf Swain has played 400 games of Swain last season. It looks like Never Lucky will get the lock-in of that Fiddlesticks. Talminato, almost 200 games on that champion. No, wait, they swapped to Belveth. I thought he locked in the Fiddlesticks. I was fooled. I was bamboozled.
Elveth, that is the more broken Master Yi. That is a champion that you lock into the jungle and you just take everything out of your pockets, stare down your opponent and say, I'm going to carry my goddamn team. This is my game. I'm going to get super fed off all of your mistakes, go 10-0, and you won't be able to kill me.
It's Belveth's world. We are just living in it. Void Mommy has shown up onto the Rift. Meanwhile, on the side of CSU, Nami, Ornn. So we've got some great disruptive ultimates over on their side. And Nami is becoming a pretty big meta pick over in China. You've seen a lot of play in the early stages of the open.
I think Nami is a great pick, especially when the only person you see is Belveth. Because you know the one thing that beats Belveth is having CC on your side. So the first two picks on CSU, being Nami and Ornn, makes a lot of sense to me. You're able to disrupt Belveth's, I believe it's their E that allows them to take 70% reduced damage, is it now? So having as much CC as humanly possible is really important, especially when they're first picking Belveth and letting you know what their game strategy is. Sylas, we could be seeing that in jungle or mid, which I think is another really good counter to Belveth in this match. So it looks like CSU does have a draft plan around taking down Belveth. That being said, with Brand and Seraphine picked up, do you think Brand and Seraphine is going to be the bot lane for Never Lucky, or do you think we could potentially see one of these guys going mid?
No, it's definitely going to be the bot lane. Red Panda has played so many games of Seraphine so far for them, and they're just going to put them back onto Seraphine duty, and Brand is a nerf Swain pick when Swain is off the board. So that'll be a very potent poke bot lane, but want to go back to California State University because, as you said, that Sylas, could be a flex, but even then, it's such a strong pick.
Oh, no matter what you slice it, Sylas has been tearing house and the jungle and the mid lane. You got the chains to stun people for ages. You're able to dash around the map like there's no tomorrow. And man, does that guy, you'll be fighting him, you think he's about to die, and then he heals back to full health. There's nothing you can do early game.
It's the most tilting feeling in the world. It's the worst. I get indigestion just thinking about it. But yeah, he's got a pretty sick ultimate to steal in that Seraphine ultimate, which does mean that Never Lucky is going to have to be careful with their remaining picks. From what we think, it looks like mid and top lane will be their last two picks. There are certainly a lot of champions with a lot of impactful ultimates, but a couple have been taken off the board already. Sejuani, gone. Orianna, gone. As well as Olaf and Lucian.
I think it is worth mentioning, though, that Brand's ult is pretty good on Sylas as well, especially when they're grouped up.
It's not bad. It's pretty good.
Like, if you get a good Brand ult from like a Sylas, it can spell disaster, especially if you're in tight corridors, if they're trying to push into you when you're at an objective. It can be really strong. I mean, Seraphine ult is objectively better because of just how much CC you have applied. And right now, I think the best thing we're seeing out of CSU is how much CC they have. They do also have quite a bit of damage with Sylas and Xayah, but I feel like that last pick for whether it's their mid or jungler definitely is going to be an abrasive threat.
Yeah, it really feels like it has to be to put this composition over the top because with the Nami, the Ornn, and then Sylas taking the Seraphine ultimate, you're putting them in the bounce house. Like, they are not getting out. They're getting stunned. They're getting knocked up. It's going to be a real pain. Never Lucky. They're going to give Doink the Garen. Garen is one of those champions that at this level of play can really just run rampant on the Rift.
Yes, absolutely. And Garen into Ornn, I believe, is a really good matchup for the side of Garen, especially once you hit level 6. It makes it really hard for Ornn to play.
Oh, wait. Oh, I'm getting word that that's a Scion, not a Garen.
Ooh.
Okay. All right.
Oh, that is interesting.
Sometimes this happens on draft law. You know how it is. But they're gonna pick up the Yone as well. Looks like that one will head over to the mid lane. So they're gonna pair up an ultimate with Seraphine to be able to get that wombo combo off potentially into the mid to late game. I like the pick there. I think it's pretty solid.
And finally, we have revealed that Silas is going to be the mid laner and Viego is going to be in the jungle. I mean, I have seen the roles reversed already with Viego mid and Silas jungle, but almost overwhelmingly, Viego's most likely the jungle for CSU.
Yeah.
Which means Pika on Viego and Terminato on Bel'Veth. I think this is a really hard Bel'Veth game to play, though.
Yeah, it feels like it's going to be so hard. Now, the thing is, Yone is going to be able to get clear on Silas, right? He's going to be able to push the Silas in a lot, so could provide a lot of opportunities for him to roam around a little.
That being said, though, I feel like Viego is also able to make much more of an early game impact than someone like Bel'Veth, which means with Yone being pushed up, although it gives a nice prio for Bel'Veth to feel safe, it does put Yone in a bit of a dangerous position if any form of CC's hit on him with Viego approaching. I think definitely, though, mid and jungle's the lanes to watch out for in this overall game.
Yeah, it always feels like it is. I mean, that's just the battery of Summoner's Rift is your mid-jungle combination. You live by it, you die by it, and right now it's two potent champions on either side. Silas and Viego, they like stealing things. One steals ultimates and the other's just a skinwalker.
That is absolutely true.
I had a caster refer to Viego ultimate as wearing so and so as a skin suit, and I was
I hate that it makes me think of the SpongeBob theory, but it's absolutely fitting when you have the fish as your support. So it works.
SpongeBob theory, go on.
Oh, well, just to get in real quick while we're in the spectator delay, right? There's a theory in SpongeBob that there's like these two fish guys that are actually skinwalkers in the show because they constantly appear coming out of other characters. I couldn't tell you the full theory. I don't have it off the top of my head completely, but it is a theory in the SpongeBob community that there's like a couple characters that are just skinwalkers in general, and it's really creepy, but makes a lot of sense when you look into it.
I just Googled it and didn't see anything about it, so I think that you just made this up.
Nah, 1 second. I'll drop it in chat real quick. Let me find the video. But
and did you just refer to them as the SpongeBob community?
Oh yeah. Here you guys go.
Isn't everybody the SpongeBob community?
Everyone should be, but you'd be surprised. So, like, I'm from 2003, and I know a lot of people who haven't watched SpongeBob. Better yet, I before we get back to like the league topic, I just want to point something out real quick, guys. In chat, if you have listened to the Foo Fighters at some point in your life, please put a 1 in chat for me. Because I was sitting in a university class, my university psych class the other day, and nobody but me had listened to the Foo Fighters before.
I'll put a 1 in there for you. Pretender makes my playlist. I'm not really a huge fan of the Foo Fighters, I must say, but Pretender definitely makes my playlist.
But you know who they are.
Yeah.
No one in my 50-person university class knew who they were. What is 2003?
How old are you again?
19.
Yeah, I'm 27, so like, it's not surprising that I know who the Foo Fighters are.
I feel like they're a popular band. Everyone should have heard Best of You at some point. But
the best. Yeah. Right.
That being said, who do you think will get the best of each other this game? Looking at these comps, do you think it's gonna be Never Lucky getting the best of CSU, or CSU getting the best of Never Lucky Gaming?
Bro, you see this CSU draft, bro? Like, it is a canyon. This is draft gap at its finest, and as long as they play the same way they did, last time we saw them, they should be in pretty good shape. Now, there's some concern, right? Because they like to go full speed, full gear, go from the jump. And you don't necessarily get to do that with Silas in the mid lane early on.
That is true. It does make it a little bit more difficult. But one thing that I kind of noticed about the mistake in Never Lucky's draft is drafting Bel'Veth at first pick and then not necessarily having a lot to... Like, you have 3 prio lanes that are supposed to help Bel'Veth get ahead so that they can scale, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is by not picking these other lanes first, you say, this is the guy we're going to funnel, and now all of CSU feel like a counter to Bel'Veth. Like,
Yeah.
every person on CSU had some way of locking in that CC on Belveth and making them lose the fight.
Yeah,
So I feel like
they're putting Tominato. They're putting the ball in Tominato's hands. And
It-
you know, listen, there's a reason why the site is called Rotten Tomato. Tomatoes can go bad, bro. So we're not sure what kind of tomato we're gonna get. We're gonna get an unripened one, or are we gonna get one that's a nice firm, juicy tomato, or is this one just gonna be out here rotting in the sun?
I feel like if it's not firm and juicy, Never Lucky are gonna be just like me and my solo queue games, completely never lucky with an 0-10 on my team. But if
I like tomatoes a lot, though.
that's, I mean, I personally think tomatoes are not great, and ketchup is definitely a
Okay,
smoothie.
okay,
And I feel like Belveth might be made into a smoothie
so
this game.
so I don't really know if I should really server mute you on broadcast right now. But you've said some real heinous
Hey,
things. And
hey, look at chat.
worst thing that you said, the second worst thing that you said was that tomatoes were a smoothie. Or
No,
ketchup was
that's just a smoothie. That's just a fact.
Nah, that's a violation. So here's what
No.
we're gonna do. We're gonna cut into a very short break, and when we return, we'll give you game one on the riff between California State University and Never Lucky Gaming. Alrighty, Phoenix Esports family, we got game one between California State University and Never Lucky Gaming. Never Lucky, they are on the blue side. CSU is on the red side. You might see some early jungle shenanigans here, Romeo.
We are about to. Tomato's going to get turned into a smoothie right here. Oh, never mind. He's going to get away, unfortunately. And we won't be getting any smoothie.
Nice word.
Oh, come on. It's really good.
Listen,
we do get a little bit of a better one place now that
I was willing to flame them if it got you to stop talking about tomato smoothies. That's just V8.
No. Ketchup is a smoothie.
Stop.
Ketchup, not tomatoes. Please. Tomato is what, a vegetable?
Please.
Grows on a vine and not a tree, so it's a vegetable, right? That's how that works.
Physically hurting me, please. So we see that Belveth did opt to go into Charmander, whereas Viego has gone to Bulbasaur. And we're talking about that on the LCS preseason thing, and I got it stuck in my head.
It's true though. So it's true. I mean, if you don't want to go with the original 3 Pokemon, you can start like picking any generation though. You got like Piplup, Chimchar, and what's the green one?
Turtwig.
Turtwig. Yes. You also got those 3, which I mean, if you don't pick Chimchar, you're objectively wrong. That's all I have to say.
You know, I will argue that is the one of the few generations, I should say, where picking any of the 3s acceptable.
Yeah, that's fair.
I preferred Chimchar, but I did playthroughs with all 3 and thoroughly enjoyed them.
Wait, original generation, who is your Pokemon?
What do you mean? Like
Charmander, Bulbasaur.
I always did Bulbasaur.
Oh, I'm a Charmander guy. I really like my fire types.
Dude, Charmander in Gen 1 is awful, bro. Like, the fight against Brock is just terrible.
1 minute. Whoever said Pikachu, I know for a fact you're lying because you did not own the yellow version of... You did not own Pokemon Yellow.
Yo, excuse you. I owned Pokemon Yellow.
Did you actually?
Yeah. I love playing Pokemon Yellow.
Hey, but
our producer's lit, too. Our producer's lit too. We got a lot of action going on in the mid lane. Maybe we should start paying attention to Gymnastics and Kaori going at it. Gymnastics hitting level 3, but Pikachu looking to maybe come in for the gank. We'll probably see the camera move over there very soon, and we do. Gymnastics has to snap back to reality, call him Eminem, but does he have the crunchy outer shell? He does, and he will be able to pick up first blood, but it is a 1-for-1. Tomato going after Kaori now, who has no summoners. Belveth, oh man, has to flash away. They're all so low. Kaori is so low, he's burning away. Tomato trying to get forward, and they go 1-for-1 as well.
Oh my god, what a fight just broke out on the Rift. All summoners burned in mid lane. Of course, Tomato burning his flash, but getting away with the first Belveth kill 3 minutes to a game. That is incredible if you are Tomato.
And the best part is, Kaori died first and has a Dark Seal. So because he died first, he gets to keep 2 stacks on that Dark Seal and come back with 2 Amp Tomes. Uh-oh. Oh no, it looks like this Nami has been caught. Is she going to be turned to sushi? You don't typically burn sushi, but Brand does not care. We'll be able to pick up a kill on the bot lane.
I was wondering why my sushi was tasting burnt earlier today, but it's making a lot more sense now.
You might have just been having a stroke.
Listen, I think I think it is kind of on brand for Nerf Swain to make a play like that, though.
I hate you. One day they will replace you, and I will secretly be happy.
I mean, they must.
That's very mean. I'm
that might be tomorrow's cast, to be honest.
That was a little too aggressive. I'm sorry.
Listen, if I keep saying the things I said in the last cast, you never know. But here's another gank coming in.
Oh, they are able to lock down that Scion and pick up the kill. Give that one over to Pikachu, but now we see some Scion on Scion violence. But unfortunately, the real Scion isn't able to get anything done. And this bot lane of Red Panda and Nerf Swain just really making life difficult down here for CSU.
This has been an insane first 5 minutes of the game. We have over a kill per minute at the moment, and it looks like it might be ramping up. They could be looking for a tower dive in the bot lane, but they don't have a lot of mana if they want to try to execute it, nor a lot of minions. But right now, across the board, it appears that top lane's just about even. Mid lane goes to the side of CSU at the moment, and bot lane in favor, for sure, of the side of Never Lucky Gaming.
Yeah, are we so sure about that? They do have the kill, yes, but the CS has been kept relatively even, so got to give a lot of credit to Silver Potato, and hopefully they'll be able to keep themselves alive as the game goes on. Tominato able to get the steal, but Pikachu in hot pursuit with Miss Provolution helping out. They are able to land the stun. Gymnastics wanted a piece of that, but they spotted Cowrie on that ward. They will be able to back it out. And Tominato looking to go after Silver Potato, but does not have any backup, although Nerf Swain is in the area. So not even 6 minutes in, we've got 3 kills apiece each, a 1,000 gold lead. There has been so much action so early on, and we might see even more here as a couple of people are trying to take recalls, but Pikachu wants to get in there. Tominato in the middle of 3 members. The heal's going to get burnt. They're going to have to try to find a way to kill Tominato. Pikachu has to flash to the side, but they will fall, and now it's a 3v2, and the chase is on. Silver Potato flashes away, but is burning. Nami's been caught. It's a double kill for Tominato.
Oh my God, for a champion who had an entire team draft against him, Tominato is looking like a juicy smoothie right now.
Please stop.
And you know what it means when you get 3 kills bot lane? You get a nice little dragon to complement your Charmander so you can finally have a friend.
Yeah, and you know what? You get the best one for laning as well. Getting that percentage HP back is massive when it comes to lane. And you know that CSU would have loved to have it because they've been under such threat early on in the game down bot.
Oh, absolutely. But, like, the other thing with that Ocean Drake, right, is when Belveth is sitting in that unkillable stance, not getting CC'd, he's getting that extra heal, that extra 3% missing health by the time that phase is over a lot of the time. So he's getting a large health buff while just sitting there, not being able to take any damage.
Yeah, and in the early game, it's so incremental because, you know, you're not really dealing a ton of damage in the early, right? There's some champions that can, but most champions aren't doing anything too noteworthy. But it just makes the Belveth all the more stronger. It doesn't even have a full item yet, but hasn't taken a recall yet either. Has about 2,000 gold in the pocket. Seeing some more back and forth up in the top lane as Ornn has carved out a very small CS lead, although Scion wants a piece of Elderwood. Ornn has dropped the Ignite down, looking to land the knockup, but Egashira is unstoppable now in a bit of a tough scenario here. Call the Forge God is going to land very low, gets the last auto attack off, and Egashira able to get the solo kill up top.
What a way to turn that fight. For a second, it was looking like Egashira might go down, but a perfect execution of the Call to Forge God, and he was able to take down Get Off My Doink and really secure a lead for himself in the top lane. But bot lane, going back to war here.
Yeah, they have just been back and forth, and still never lucky is being to edge out these trades. We saw Cowrie come down and take the Seraphine ultimate, is now looking for the engage onto Gymnastics, and he will be able to drop it down. Gymnastics snapping back, and it has to burn the ultimate, forcing the flash out of Cowrie. No summoners left on this Silas, but looking to desperately take control of this lane, down so much in CS right now.
And if you remember last Monday, Cowrie, she was an absolute force to be reckoned with in CSU's first ever victory in PXE. She's already up to 2-1 in this game. Do you think she may be the force that has to take down Tominato as we get later into this game?
She has to be. She's playing the most broken champion on the Rift and has a very slight lead, but has now put herself in a compromising position. Knockups aplenty, and Tominato on a killing spree. 4-1-1 before the 10-minute mark.
Did Tominato hear me talking just now? Was that like sending a message to us casters at the caster desk?
Yeah, it's that smoothie telepathy.
See? You agree. Everyone in chat, you heard that right here. Yanni agrees that ketchup is a smoothie. I'm really glad we worked that out.
I never said that.
Wonderful. Anyways, in the bot lane, once again, I feel like this has been a large portion of this game. Although the CS is really in favor for them, I just realized they've been pushed in under that tower quite a bit, but it just, I didn't realize they have such a big CS gap right now. Silver Potato.
We were focused at the gap in the mid lane, and all of a sudden, Silver Potato has been chilling out and having a great time. Although Brand does have quite a bit of CS, so Red Panda may be suffering due to the burn that Brand is bringing down. But this Provolution is so close to being dead there. Got a nice root on the Red Panda. We'll have to force them off a little bit, but yeah, again, we were so focused on the mid lane CS that Silver Potato was very quietly done well here in terms of CS.
That being said, it's worth mentioning that Brand's almost completed. Oh wow.
Okay. I thought they had stood next to each other, and we were gonna see another dead Nami, but this Provolution, despite the best efforts, is still alive. Never mind. The Conflagrate is gonna be able to pick up that kill. 2-0-2 on this brand as Nerf Swain is a commanding presence in the bot lane.
Now, I have to be honest here. I don't really understand Nami staying for that long in the bot lane with such little health.
Well, I guess, she thought she was far enough away that it wasn't going to be able to be a problem or anything like that. And, being able to buff up your AD carry, especially under turret, given that extra auto attack buff, is really nice. But unfortunately, was not paying attention to Conflagrate on their radar.
And it looks like we might be seeing another fight in this mid lane here. Bel'Veth coming up and Cowrie looking like she's about to get caught.
Oh, Cowrie is going to dash away and be able to sidestep, and now is looking for the re-engage here. Does quite a bit of damage. Did not draw. Oh, the ultimate expired! And Cowrie has to run away, flashes away, will be able to survive. Gymnastics under the turret is in a little bit of trouble, but now they're going to turn on to Pikachump and put Pikachump in the bounce house. And Tominato picks up another kill, that Kraken Slayer, putting in so much work.
That death ball has begun on the side of Never Lucky Gaming, and
Cowrie
still going after Cowrie.
Whoa, so close to taking down that mid laner. Rev Carroll is going to bust the first turret of the game before the 12-minute mark. The gold lead is massive right now, and now they're going to try to get on the Nami. Gymnastics doing whatever they can, putting in so much damage, and Nami almost goes down. But Gymnastics will fall due to the turret shot. They will be able to pick up that mid inner turret, and that's a lot of gold going over to the members of Never Lucky Gaming. There is one casualty for it.
And it's worth mentioning, Bel'Veth was the one who got the bonus gold for the first turret with that Herald. I don't believe anyone got the primary target on the second turret. But Bel'Veth, their next back could potentially be a second item with the way things are going. Also...
Yeah, I mean, take a look at this gold graph real quick as they take out the second dragon. 6,300 gold for Bel'Veth to the 4,000 of Pikachump. And now they're going to make a play here onto Cowrie. They have multiple members down here. And Tominato is unstoppable. Cowrie picking up the Bel'Veth ultimate and just not able to do anything with it.
Bel'Veth is just so far ahead this game. We were talking about how good CSU's draft was. And it definitely was. But Bel'Veth has managed to, regardless, find their footing in this match and become such an abrasive threat. Also worth mentioning, Nami still hasn't completed the first round of Spell Thieves yet. Meanwhile, Shard of True Ice is already in Brand's pocket. That's so much extra vision for the side of Never Lucky.
Yeah, and that's what happens when you go Spell Thieves and you get poked out. You're not really able to make anything happen. And we see Bel'Veth down here, as the wave is hitting the turret. Too busy taking out the Gromp, but maybe they want to try to make a play on Provolution and Silver Potato. It looks like Bel'Veth will elect to take it back here. I really thought she was going to try to put her whole Bel'Vussy into it in the bot lane, but we'll just be wise to not give away a shutdown. Although, they have spotted Tominato. Tominato was window shopping on a ward, the knockup, and they are able to get the shutdown. Silver Potato picking up that one. We talked about it, interrupting the Bel'Veth. Huge there.
I think what's really worth mentioning is Bel'Veth was free, and then they switched backing spots onto a ward. But Cowrie coming in.
Yep, looking for Nerf Swain, and they will be able to find the root. Cowrie, she's trying to pick up this kill, and they're going to give it over to Silver Potato. And Silver Potato, in the blink of an eye, has become so strong right now. I hesitate to say Thanos champion. It's still very early in the game. But 111 CS, a 2-0-0 scoreline right now. Certainly a shot in the arm for California State University.
Silver Potato trying to build themselves up to become strong enough to take on Tominato as we get later into this game. I think right now CSU is trying to find any way that once they leave landing phase, they're able to take on Bel'Vussy. That being said, they still have a lot of CC. Bel'Veth may be strong, but no champion wins if they can't move. And that's one thing CSU's comp is great at blocking now.
Yeah, and there's still quite a bit of CC on the side of Never Lucky Gaming. So Silver Potato is kind of in the same boat. Potato Tomato, they're pretty much the same champion.
Wait, did you just say Potato Tomato?
I did.
So I think we should talk about how if they're pretty much the same champion and by extension the same fruit, Potato's also a smoothie.
You stop that as we see Calorie Gymnastics going at it. Thankfully, putting an end to your tomfoolery here, Romeo. As Gymnastics getting the better of Calorie, who has struggled and now is on top of Silver Potato. Silver Potato, though, looking to pick up the kill, and they do. A pretty slick Gale Force there. They're now 3-0. They're looking to pick up a kill on Nerf Swain. Nerf Swain has to flash away. Pikachu is burning alive. The flesh is roasting, and Nerf Swain is able to pick up their third kill of the game. Leandri's Anguish certainly living up to its name. And now Egashira could be in trouble. Between a rock and a hard place, it's going to stun them. So they're going to get stunned with Red Panda's ultimate there. It's going to be a pretty free kill. Another one going over to the brand. Second Rift Herald of the game being picked up by Never Lucky Gaming. Their macro play has been pretty phenomenal so far.
And of course, Death in Lavender going to be picked up from the Rift Herald here. And Belveth, we're going to be really strong for the next 30 seconds or a minute? I'm not quite sure because this champion is my permaban.
She's got the parkour, so she gets to just skate around doing whatever she wants for multiple minutes. And we'll see if they're able to do anything more here. Kaori has picked up the ultimate onto the Swain. We see in the bottom lane Gymnastics here in the 2v1. Looking to kill Silver Potato. And Silver Potato will barely live. The anime protagonist stays upright once more. Here comes an ultimate. Call the Forge God coming in. It's going to knock up one. Tomanito had a nice sidestep, but they will fall. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, they turn the tables on Gymnastics, and Miss Provolution is able to pick that one up. Now Kaori has to run away from Get Off My Doink, but Kaori with the sidesteps and with the Kingslayer will be pretty healthy to come back in and pick up this kill. And just like that, CSU beginning to turn the game on its head.
Kingslayer or Queenslayer, they just took down Belveth in their
Yas, Queen.
All right, guys. Put your casting applications to Phoenix Esports. This is. Sorry, my bad. Yas, Queen. Oh my God, I can't believe they just slayed. Oh my God. Slay, Kaori. I want to die.
Better go get Starbies.
Oh my God. Oh my. Oh no. Hello guys, welcome back to RuPaul's Summoner Rift. I'm here today with my drag queen Yanni.
RuPaul's Summoner's Rift. Oh, Kaori could be in a little bit of trouble here. We'll get knocked up.
No, Kaori! Oh my God, the queen has gone down!
Tomanito finally taking the throne back and is now in the middle of a couple of members. Pikachu flashes over the wall, but right into Nerf Swain. Has to use the ultimate to try to get away, but is still burning alive. Meanwhile, Gymnastics on top of Silver Potato, and that's a great job of a vision trick there. Ultimate landing on to that Zaya, and Miss Provolution, you are not safe under that turret, although it looks like the rest of the squad of Never Lucky Gaming has attention on the dragon instead.
Well, on the bright side, it looks like we're having mashed potatoes for dinner tonight, as Silver Potato has gone down once again, and Gymnastic looking to put some sushi on the side, or maybe just take the turret first, and Miss Provolution can't do anything about it.
Run! Run, Nami, run! Miss Provolution, run faster! Swim faster!
Of course, the camera not only gonna see this epic chase as we watch.
She's out of there. She's out of there. You know, Kaori wants a piece of 4 members. It is going to get knocked up and charmed and is going to fall. Tomanito picking up another one, but gets bubbled underneath the turret. This could be huge, but Pikachu takes way too much damage. They can't do anything to Never Lucky Gaming.
I can feel the pain right now every time Belveth is able to activate Death in Lavender. It just... It's terrifying.
But you know who can't feel the pain right now? Never Lucky Gaming, because Seraphine with the Moonstone Renewer keeping everybody relatively healthy. Rift Herald dropped on the bot inner turret. They're looking to pick this one up. It's 233 gold apiece for the usual suspects in the bot lane, and they have caught out Silver Potato. Tomanito, 9-3-3, has put on a show in their first stream game, and Kaori with the stolen ultimate trying to make a play, but Nerf Swain able to pick up kill number 6. It's a jungle gap, it's a support gap, it's a team gap. Never Lucky Gaming draw 777 on the slot machine as they are dominating.
they have most certainly hit the jackpot with the Belveth pick this game. We've seen Gymnastics and Nerf Swain also go off in their own right with some amazing encores from Red Panda. But it's looking like we're going to start to know the bans for what happens next game unless CSU are able to find their footing and reposition a way back into this game. But right now it looks like the Baron is coming, and I swear to God, if we see Belveth activate Death and Lavender off that Baron, it might be the end of this one.
Well, the good news is you've got super minions pouring into your base. So it's a good opportunity to farm up, right? The bad news is Kaori, she doesn't exactly clear waves very well. Most people don't on Silas unless you're at a pro level. So it's going to be rather difficult to actually, get that tangible advantage. Most of it's going to have to go to Silver Potato just out of necessity.
Yeah, I think, I guess it does. Although Silver Potato is definitely a person you do want farming up. Again, everyone on that team has some form of CC to go against Tominato. The problem is Tominato is 9-3-4 with Boric, Kraken, and Ninja Tabbies. Not only are they unkillable, but they delete people.
Yeah, this is going to get pretty bad here. And we can see, oh my god, Pikachu still missing out on the upgraded smite. Needs one more snack to give Bulbasaur to evolve. But the problem is, there are no jungle camps to give. Like, everything has been pillaged and taken away by Never Lucky. You can see they're using their item advantage. They're bullying so hard. Belveth is on 3 items at 22 minutes into the game. Your support, your bot laner, your mid laner, also all on 2 items.
And right now, there's over a 10k gold gap there's over an 11k gold gap on the side of Never Lucky. I can tell you right now that California State University is not feeling very lucky during this game 1, but they're going to be looking to pull back some of that gold onto the Scion here.
Well, they will be able to find Doink. Are they going to be able to kill him? They shot him pretty fast. Not going to lie, they will be able to pick up the kill. And now they're chasing hard after Red Panda. Baron has been taken, though, so that means you're going to run into multiple members very soon. Double stun, the root, not quite there, but Provolution is going to fall. Kaori unable to make anything happen. Gymnastics in a 1v3 in the base, able to pick up a kill. Are they going to be able to get away? Oh my god, they go 2 for nothing in the 1v3. You've got to be kidding me.
That's a gold medal to Gymnastics right there as they just do a bunch of flips through the entire squad of California State University and get out alive. Not only was that criminal, but they just robbed the life of everyone who was there to defend the base. And now it's only Egashira up to defend along with a person who might as well be Sushi already. And Tominato just going to tank the tower.
The base is in shambles. Tominato tanking it up. And what an impressive display here by Never Lucky Gaming. Tominato is all healed up. The defense is here. The Nexus is still standing. It's a 4v4 as Doink has teleported into the party. Silver Potato desperately trying to do what they can, but Tominato somehow still stands, able to pick up another kill before the game ends, and that'll do it. Just shy of 24 minutes. Never Lucky Gaming making a statement. Tominato backing up those words.
Okay, my prediction for next game right now, Belveth is the first ban. Guaranteed.
But here's the problem, right? Tominato has played over 100 games of Fiddlesticks, Hecarim, and Graves. And Hecarim and Graves are big in the meta right now. And Fiddlesticks is a champion that you need to be completely sure that you are going to be vigilant, or else you're just going to lose the game. So there's too many things that Tominato can play. Although I will say, got to give some criticism to Tominato. Did not live up to what they said they were going to do. They were the top kill participation on their team, right? But they said they were going to be up 100 CS, and they weren't up 100 CS.
They were definitely not up 100 CS. But if you factor kills into the equation with each kill being 15 CS, there was a Flame Horizon for sure.
No, that's not how that works, and you know it.
I mean, it can as a jungler.
Well,
I think they're more proud of their.
You can use your mental gymnastics to think that potatoes and are smoothies or whatever you're going on.
Hey, you know I'm
But I
right.
digress. This bot lane was hell to play through. I mean, as an AD carry myself, I mean, if I had to play against the Seraphine brand, I would be pretty sad.
Oh, absolutely. And the amount of damage they were able to get off and how quickly they were able to get vision onto the map was definitely a big underlying factor in how easy it was for someone like Belveth and Yone to travel around the map. When you're the only team with a support item completed 5 minutes into the game, you're able to get down so many wards and just make sure the enemy team that you know every step where they are.
Pop quiz: who did the most damage in the game without looking?
Just a little guess. How about Brand?
Yeah. You know, I heard a click.
That was me joining this new lobby because I assumed
Mm-hmm.
you wanted me to cast with you.
Yeah, sure.
You can see me in the lobby. Unfortunately, when we get out of the
But
game, you
yes,
can see who has the most damage.
but yes, it is Brand with 24k damage. But as Romeo alluded to, we are in the lobby for the next game, so that means we're going to take a very short break to get everything situated. And when we return, we'll give you the draft for Game 2 between California State University and Never Lucky Gaming. Welcome back, everybody. We are here for the draft, game 2 between Never Lucky Gaming and CSU. Never Lucky will be on the red side this time. CSU will be on the blue side. And Romeo, we were discussing off camera a couple of ban options here. I know that you've got some strong opinions here of what you think should be taken off the table. Let us know. What do you think?
All right, so if Belveth stays up, we're throwing.
Okay, that's strong words.
I mean, they first picked it in the face of CSU,
They did.
and Belveth still ran wild. So I think if you allow Belveth to stay up, you're insane.
All right, well, first ban has been fired. It's going to be Hecarim, so they are going back to that one. Hecarim, obviously big in the meta, but we do know that Tominato is a pretty big fan of the Dead Horseman. It's going to be Tristana, a ban once again on the side of Never Lucky, so they're sticking to the same script here. We'll see if there's any variation. We saw Gangplank get banned away by CSU last game. That one might change. I still think you need to ban Swain, though. Again, it feels like there's too many bans they need to make and not enough bans to go around.
That is a factor that they have to play into. I wonder how your composition switches now that you're on blue side for CSU, though. You know you need to win this game to stay in the series. What do you change up?
Well, I don't really know what you change out. We see a ban is missing right now. That second ban for the side of CSU is Olaf. So they take Olaf off the table. We see Rek'Sai get taken out. The Olaf was banned in the second half last time around, but yeah, this either means that Belveth is going to be open or Swain's going to be open, unless one of them gets first picked by CSU. They might be able to get that fourth ban and use that to their advantage. But something does need to change. I like the CSU composition. It just felt like they're so gung-ho to fight so early. They're a team that loves to be up 10K, so early. So they do nothing but fight. I think they should draft some more early game champions. And we do see that Belveth get taken off.
Yes, we do. That is a hard jungle ban from the side of CSU. We know who they think the main threat was on Never Lucky. Clearly, they ban Olaf, ban Hecarim, they ban Belveth. Who do you think we're going to see Tominato play?
I mean, I hope we see the Fiddlesticks because that's spicy. Realistically, we could see Graves. That wouldn't surprise me either. That's a pretty strong jungle pick. It's getting played a little bit right now in LPL, as LPL is the only pro league that's running right now, but they're like 1 week ahead. We see CSU, they will first pick the Yuumi.
I think that's weird, especially with what you were saying. They do like to fight early a lot. I feel like Yuumi, after the game they just had in bot lane where they were so pushed under tower, I don't necessarily know if Yumi's the pick I like to see.
Well, there's one big thing that goes into the Yuumi pick is now that you're putting all the pressure on Silver Potato to dodge Swain. We see that Swain lock in, and guess what? It gets followed up with a Seraphine. Red Panda, they keep giving that champion over to Red Panda all season long. Red Panda's gotten that champion and has shown they are adept at Seraphine. Couple that with the Swain, I think this lane might even be worse than the brand one for the side of CSU. We will see Kaisa lock in, and that's a pretty good target for the Yuumi to stay on.
Kaisa, Yuumi. It's a good bot lane, but Kaisa's going to have to run fast and far to avoid all the skill shots being thrown at her.
This is perfect. No, I love the CSU draft here. You put the Yuumi on the Kaisa and laning phase so they don't die to Swain Seraphine. And then once Darius gets out of lane, you ditch Lord the Kaisa and say, hey, good luck. I'm going on to Darius. And we're going to try to carry the game that way.
But we're going to get the Fiddlesticks that you predicted.
Oh, we are. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one thing to note is if bot lane can be as embracive as they were last time and really stack that support item, or even just deny Yuumi from getting that support item, Fiddlesticks is going to be on vision the whole game and be able to go wherever the hell he wants. Fiddlesticks. That is going to be a scary god of fear if nobody knows where he is.
Yeah, the champion is pretty terrifying. His voice lines are very terrifying. I love imitating his voice lines from time to time when my voice allows it. Second half of bans, we saw the Annie getting hovered. Never Lucky, Now, not quite sure if it's like, oh, is this, some sort of misdirect or an actual ban that needs to be taken out, but they're not taking any chances. They're going to take it off the board. CSU will follow it up with an Oriana's. Seraphine Fiddlesticks Oriana would just be the wombo combo of the century, although they are pretty heavy on the magic damage, so I'd like to see Neverlucky take some physical damage in the top lane, in the mid lane coming up.
I got a question. Do you think CSU completely baited the Annie-ban?
You know what? I do. I actually do.
Was that the greatest bait?
Listen, bro, I try to pride myself on me doing my homework. I mean, like, Cowrie plays a little bit of Annie, but I mean, there are so many other champions that she could play.
Yeah, I think Neverlucky may have just gotten unlucky and fallen into a little bit of a ban trap there.
Hey, listen, you take every advantage that you can possibly get. We're going to see the Gangplank lock in here. That's going to go over to Doink. Is it going to be as good as the last GP that we saw with Velicons? Is the question.
Oh my god.
The bar is high.
If Neverlucky pulls off a Velicons game here, I feel so bad for CSU.
Well, if Neverlucky pulls off another Velicons-like game, I'm going to have to make another video about it.
Oh god. Not another one.
What do you mean? It was a fantastic video.
No, it was, but GP combos, man, are terrifying, and they give me, fear every time I see one. Indigestion?
They give you...
No, I get indigestion when I drink my ketchup smoothie.
Oh my god, please, why? We see Diana getting locked in here for CSU, so that's your engage, and Aurelia going to be put into the hands of Cowrie. She played well over 100 games on Aurelia last season. Very happy to see that. Another good target for the Yuumi to hop on, but it does look like it's really just the Diana for the engagement on the side of CSU. Very different composition than last time.
I mean, Aurelia and Darius can definitely engage with the Yuumi on them, though. Especially if Aurelia ults up.
It's a little harder, but yeah.
Or Darius is a nice flash grab. It could be a nice pick. On the side of Neverlucky, I do notice that Yasuo has nobody to land knockups with.
Not true.
Who can he land knockup with?
Swain grab is considered a knockup.
Wait, that counts?
Yes, displacements like that count.
Oh my god, I'm in platinum. I don't believe it.
As far as I know, displacements like that count.
Oh my god.
I could be wrong, but I'm
no, chat agrees with you.
I'm correct.
Chat agrees with you. It seems like you are correct.
Hell yeah.
Wow. Okay. So the only thing that Neverlucky kind of lacks is a tank, but it is Swain. Like, Swain support can be pretty tanky at times.
Bro, who needs a tank when all of your opponents are dead?
That is fair, and this time it's Neverlucky who have an ungodly amount of CC.
They do, and, you've Seraphine Ultimate, Fiddlesticks Ultimate, Gangplank Ultimate, you just drop the AoE Central on the side of CSU. It's going to make life really, really hard. Darius is going to have to lane against that Gangplank. It's going to be a little annoying, that's for sure.
Now, I got a question for you. If you had to predict the outcome of each individual lane here, what would it be?
So I think bot lane is going to go firmly for Neverlucky here. I think that Cowrie is going to get the better of Gymnastics in the mid lane, provided they are on Yasuo. I've seen crazier things happen. This top lane's a real wild card, though. I'm not really quite sure. Tom Manito said Doink has a absolutely filthy Gangplank, so Tom Manito also said they were going to do disgusting things in game 1, and they did. So I'll give it over to the Gangplank there, although that's the one I'm not totally sold.
Now, am I crazy to suggest that it might not be bad for CSU to throw Darius mid and Aurelia top? I feel like Aurelia plays really well in the GP.
I think I'd rather have Aurelia in the mid lane because I think Aurelia has better carry potential.
I suppose that is true, but I feel like the matchups for CSU might be a little bit better if Darius goes mid and Aurelia goes top. I could be completely wrong, and it could be my little 30%
all right. Listen,
one brain speaking.
Listen.
But
all right, listen. Who is the carry for CSU?
I mean, attack damage carry is Kaisa.
No. The player. Who is the carry?
Cowrie for sure.
We've been singing the praises on.
Cowrie
It's
for sure.
You put the ball in Cowrie's hands.
But hear me out. Darius in Cowrie's hands, you get a nice ult, you run through the team.
But Darius isn't going in Cowrie's hands, I don't think.
I don't think so either.
I'm pretty sure that's going to Egashira, as we do see the champions line up. No surprises, really. Things look totally fine. You know, Cowrie, a well-practiced Irelia. Yumi on Irelia, pretty fantastic. I think Yumi on Darius is a little bit better because it covers up Darius's weaknesses a little bit. But again, you put the ball in the star player's hands and you say, all right, we're going to let you cook.
That is a fair assumption. We now are going to see Pikachu, though, back on Diana.
Yeah,
and last time they were on Diana.
Well, they were Pikachu last game, first of all. Don't get it twisted.
But last time they played Diana, they were Pikachu.
We have to call them by their government name right now, all right? They'll be Pikachu when they start making plays again. But, you know, Pikachu is a very good jungler. It just might be that Tominato could be the best jungler in the league. I mean, these are two undefeated teams slugging it out right now. So we'll have to see where it ends up going. Romeo, any final thoughts about these team compositions?
Well, I think it's going to be bloody. I can tell you that just by looking at the comps. Mm-hmm. I think this time, I do think Never Lucky won the draft this time, whereas last time I thought CSU won the draft. But last time, Never Lucky popped off after, in my opinion, losing the draft. So maybe we see the same thing from CSU here. They definitely have a draft where if anyone gets ahead, you throw Yumi on it and you pray to God they're capable of carrying. We already know Cowrie's capable of carrying. We know Silver Potato's capable of carrying. I wouldn't be surprised to see Egashira pop off on Darius. And we've seen Pikachu make a lot of good plays to facilitate their players. That being said, I don't think in any game I've casted I've seen a jungler who has popped off as much as Tominato this game. Also,
yeah, it was a pretty disgusting pop-off in the last game.
This is just a random question while we wait out spectator delay. Red Panda is not a panda, right? I'm not crazy to think that's a fox.
I think you're correct.
I feel like a red panda is definitely a fox. Does that mean that Red Panda doesn't actually play ADC, but instead picks these support champs in ADC to facilitate their support to be the damage dealer like we've seen last game? Is that the meaning behind the name?
All right, listen, I think you're reading way too much into it. So we are in the weeds here as we are in the spectator delay. Do not despair. When we return, we will no longer be talking about tomato smoothies or pandas being foxes. We will be on the rift for CSU versus Never Lucky. Game 2, Never Lucky looking to make the 2-0 statement this week. CSU looking to force a game 3. No worries. Just let us know we're live. Let them know we're live.
But the score's not working at the moment.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Interesting. Got it. Oh, that's rough. Okay,
Oh!
great. We are.
Hi, guys.
Yeah, hi. We did not know that we were live, but we are. Yo, listen.
Yeah, but
no,
I don't
you
listen.
Did not.
I don't listen to
now
people.
we're just in
okay?
an argument with production here.
Listen.
No, listen.
We've given
had
some praise to production.
We didn't
Down
know.
with production.
Drop the ball there. We see a level 1 invade happening though. Got some big shenanigans. Huge roots into huge snares. This is what happens when you leave and nerf Swain up, forcing a lot of flashes out. Gymnastics has a knock-up opportunity here. Another pull, another root, another knock-up, another first blood. That one goes over to Nerf Swain, but now Cowrie, in the thick of things, able to get one back onto Gymnastics. No, that one went over to Miss Provolution.
And that has gotta hurt if you're on the side of California State. You get a kill on Yumi, which, I mean, is all fine and dandy, but there's a reason his name is Nerf Swain.
That was so close, but you see Swain taking a lot of hits right now. They don't brawl very well early on. Silver Potato just hitting, throwing potatoes at him with those auto attacks. It's just doing a lot of damage.
Yes, they are, and that's something to be expected. And Root, oh my god!
Oh, there's so much damage still, though. The magic damage is absolutely insane coming out of this bot lane. Silver Potato, they went into MR too, and you can barely feel it.
Yeah, oh my god, you absolutely can barely feel it. They almost got taken down, and that's the problem with only having one bot laner. Really, like, don't get me wrong, Yumi obviously is a bot laner, but you only have one real person who can do any damage. The second they get rooted, you're both on a trip straight to the gray screen.
Oh, Gymnastics went in for that. Flash forward, goes 1 for 1. We see just more brawling in the bot lane right now. Silver Potato and Miss Provolution still trying to get to level 2. Nerf Swain putting out so much pressure right now. Red Panda still with Ignite available, so Silver Potato gets caught. They could be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, they very well could. Level 1 for both of them, and there's the root!
Yeah, and just more follow-ups dealing a lot of damage. Turret helping them out a little bit here, but it's looking like it's going the same way as Game 1, Romeo.
It very much is. And you know what that means? That means Swain is going to get that vision item really quick. And it's going to take a long time for Yumi to be able to pull it off. Which means...
Who's winning the fight? Ooh, Cowrie.
It's just war.
Yeah. Cowrie just stood there and just decided to auto attack and was like, yeah, I'll do this. I'll fight. I'll stand and fight.
You have two Ionian duelists just going head-to-head here in the mid lane, and neither of them want to back down until they're about to die.
Silver Potato gets ignited. The flash, they're burning. I think the Yumi shield might have just barely been enough. And it is! Oh no, Swain with the eye is going to be able to pick up the kill. Now they're going to root the Yumi into a stun, and Red Panda is going to pick that one up. And the bot lane of Never Lucky Gaming is destroying California State University right now.
And, oh my god, Nerf Swain... putting a reason on why that champion should have been banned. Already 2-0. That support item coming along very nicely. And now another fight about to break out mid here.
Well, Tominato may be looking to get off of fear, but isn't going to be able to. Egashira definitely putting the screws to Doink now. Full stack bleed does quite a bit. Your oranges aren't going to be able to help you out that much.
No, I don't think they are when there's this much fighting right now. And we see, like, Tominatos is already level 4. Gonna be level 6 after another clear here, right? There's not a lot of vision placed right now on the side of CSU, which means that Fiddlesticks going over the wall could spell disaster, especially when it comes for bot lane. If he gets a lucky fear when Yumi's off of Kai'Sa, it's instant death. And even with her on Kai'Sa, I mean, Swain gets a free root, and we've already seen how fast they're getting taken down once they get rooted.
Yeah, Tominato going to look for some prime opportunities once they hit level 6. It's going to be up to CSU if they are cognizant of that. They need a ward in some unique locations. Do you see Pikachu, though? Once they hit level 6, all bets are off as well. Their ultimate very impactful, doesn't require nearly as much setup. And once again, Silver Potato down here getting hit by multiple hit, abilities CC'd up had been ignited. A couple auto attacks should do it. One more, maybe two more. The double Q, not quite enough to pick up the kill.
Not quite enough, but really damn close, and it's getting to be a problem for Kaisa.
Oh, Cowrie's full build. They've got that Vamp Scepter. They are full build, and they get the solo kill.
There's just so much fighting going on in this game. I can't believe it.
It's very similar to our last game, except there's one more kill at this time. It's 4 kills to 3. And this time, Never Lucky Gaming, they still have a kill advantage. They've got a 1K gold advantage once again. It's actually playing out the exact same way.
Yeah, I suppose it is. But this time, I think CSU has a much better comp for us gameplay, for like a style that's going to go this fast, this quick.
You are right about that. I think they do as well. I don't know, man. It's looking pretty rough for them so far. The only place that's not going so hot is Gymnastics in the mid lane is getting taken to school by Cowrie. She's got a pickaxe now as well, even stronger. So we'll have to see what impact these junglers are going to make.
Yes, we will, and it's starting to become time for both these junglers to make an impact. They're both level 5, which means getting really, really close to that ultimate. And once they strike that ultimate is when things start becoming disastrous for the enemy teams.
Drake going to get picked up here as Tomanino was the first to start it up. Cowrie in the area. Just a little too late as Diana continues the Farm Fest 2023. Tomanino now level 6, so it's just a matter of time before we see some Crow Storms come through.
Yeah, what lane, if you're Fiddlesticks right now, are you going to target now that you're level 6?
All of them.
All, I mean, like, valid, but what would be your priority?
Honestly, my priority would probably be mid lane. I think you got to start shutting down this Aurelia real quick. Your bot lane's already pretty far ahead, and they know how to get their advantages, right? They've been doing so all day long so far, but it's got to be this mid lane. You got to help out Gymnastics at least a little bit.
Yeah, Gymnastics has been a force to be reckoned with, but this game, it looks like the Ionian Warrior Aurelia has been taking just the blade straight to Gymnastics.
These auto attacks deal just crazy high amounts of damage.
Now my question is, once Aurelia gets Bork, is there anything Fiddlesticks can do?
You ult. You can ult. You can fear. Like there are some options, but I mean Bork is super strong, obviously, and it's getting even stronger very soon. And I guess the saving grace is that there's not a whole lot of tanky champions, so it doesn't get that much value, even though it's still an insane amount. Oh
yeah.
Come on, make a play. Make a play, Tomanino. He's going over the wall. He's going to steal the Rift Herald, and the ultimate is going to put him right on top of the eye, and he's going to pick up 2 kills. But now Cowrie in hot pursuit, looking for kills, going to be able to pick up 1. Gymnastics and Doink in hot pursuit. Gymnastics flashing forward. They really want to get some revenge here, but Cowrie, the auto attacks are so strong, but the last breath will do just enough to keep Gymnastics alive. A huge turn there for Never Lucky.
And that right there was Cowrie trying to show off her carry potential.
Oh, there we go! They're going to be able to take down Silver Potato with the Ignite. The exhaust went down onto Swain, but it is not enough, and Provolution is alone right now. There's a claw with their name on it. You can see they're just trying to be a little cheeky, but you can't be that cheeky when you know that something like that can happen.
I mean, what more can you ask for in a game like this? I feel like every second of this match, a play has been being made for a team, regardless if it's California State or if it's Never Lucky. You just have blood after blood after blood, like the goddamn gladiators in an arena tearing each other apart.
Yeah, and that has to be so deflating for the side of CSU trying to pick up that Rift Herald. But now we've got the Yuumi on Cowrie. It looks like they've recognized what they need to do, but Yuumi will help you run forward, but once you get rooted up like that, there's not much that can be done.
No, there's not a whole lot, especially not for like Yuumi Kaisa early into the game. And right now, when you're looking at the item differential, oh wait a minute.
Oh, Gymnastics with a smooth dash, but now wants to go in on Pikachu here. Good sidestep from Pikachu, is now down to about half HP. Gymnastics is continuing to go. There's an ultimate. The last breath is going to land on both members. Gymnastics still now in a fight here with Kaori. Looking to potentially land the knockup. Has some minions. Gymnastics is going way deep for this one and does go 1-for-1 in the 2v1.
And that means Kaori is now 4-2-1. Definitely looking like she's going to be the one who's grabbing the Yumi once laning phase is over to try and run through all of Neverlucky.
Is it going to be enough? It really depends on how far behind they are. And here comes Tominato with Kaori right under the turret. Easy pickings for the Fiddlesticks.
Now, if that's anything to go by, it's not, because we're seeing one good Fiddle Fear after
There we go. Swain with the ultimate. They're going to follow it up with the Yumi ultimate. Try to get him out of there. The root is out. Silver Potato so low. Just so much damage coming out of this bot lane. And they don't even have a completed item yet.
No, they don't, but the damage outburst. Like, how do you predict that?
There's a Rift Herald drop in the mid lane, and that's just, there's nothing that can be done. Nerf Swain 4-0-1. Pikachu trying to stop the onslaught here on the mid turret. A couple turret shots being landed. Gymnastics does decide to take the last breath, and they will be able to pick up the kill. The turret may look to kill them here. They're not able to take down the turret as Kaori able to get that kill. But now, Egashira, the Darius finally trying to make their impact known on the map, chasing down the Fiddlesticks. But the bot lane is going to try to help him out. Swain from long range, and Tominato just playing around with the Darius right now, just clearing out the vision without fear. There's barely any HP, but now Kaori is in the area. Swain has to flash to the side. Tominato getting a lot of healing. Silver Potato going to join the fight soon. Kaori with a good ult and a choke. Looking for more. The channel is on. The drain is there. It's a 1-for-1. But no, never mind. Are they going to be able to take out the Darius? He's got to flash away, but Silver Potato is there using the ultimate, able to pick up a kill. Very good stuff there by the side of CSU. A 3-for-1 in their favor. And finally, something goes right as their sights are set on this Chemtech Drake.
And they are going to get the first Drake of the match. Chemtech Drake, or second Drake of the match, rather. Chemtech Drake, very powerful, but Gymnastics has something to say about it here.
He's going to land the knockup. He does get exhausted, but there are 3 members here, and they turn that around quickly on Gymnastics. The Yumi providing tons of heal.
Meanwhile, top lane, get off my joint using this bloodbath throughout the mid and bot lane to be able to take that top turret, get all the plating for it. It's pre-14 minutes. Has a kill, already has Essence Reaver, and that means we may be on track to see a Velikos game from Get Off My Doink.
Yeah, and the real big thing is Egashira had to make a decision of, am I going to go down to help my team? They're floundering a little bit, or am I going to just prevent Doink from getting larger? And I think they made the right decision overall. We'll have to see what happens later on in the game as Kaori and the 2v1 ripping this Seraphine to pieces, but now is getting taken down by Swain, burning slowly but surely. And oh my god, Pikachu took so much damage and then got feared, and ultimately the prize, the Seraphine, unclaimed by the side of CSU. A 2-for-0.
And that is scary because, as you know, once Aurelia has Bork, she might as well be full build. And in that fight, Kaori did indeed have Bork at her disposal, but was not able to take down any of them ultimately. And, of course, Pikachu living up to the name, unfortunately, in this game. We've seen them the last 2 times absolutely pop up, but tonight is not his night.
Yeah, it's really tough going up against Tominato. They are putting on a very strong showing this evening, have a lot of great options for champions for them to pick. And overall, this team has a couple of really scary champions that you have to take off the board, which means somebody is going to get something. And unfortunately, it looks like CSU took some half measures. The Swain got through, the Fiddlesticks got through, and they are paying for it.
They are, and the worst part is, it looks like they kind of outscale. They got the GP, they got the Fiddlesticks, they got the Swain, they got the Yasuo, all champions that get really strong throughout the mid and late games of League of Legends, which means CSU needs to act quick and find some ground. Get this Aurelia some items, throw the Yumi on top, and pray to God it's enough.
Here's Pikachu, 3-man ultimate. It might be enough. They put Yumi onto Egashira, and it comes off huge, paying dividends. Doink on the other side of the fight goes down. A 4-0 CSU wipes out Never Lucky.
And that is the step in the right direction I was just talking about. They are looking to place their feet into the ground and shove Never Lucky out of their way. They're going to run it down mid, try to get some towers back in their favor, make up some of the goal differential. They're going to get some bounties off of the towers. Unfortunately, for CSU, never... Oh, wait.
Rip. Gymnastics goes down. Pretty easy. Light work there for Cowrie. They are going to be able to take out the mid turret as well. CSU, it's been a pretty big swing here. They are still down 4,000 gold despite all of what they just did.
And Never Lucky still have the Rift Herald they just picked up at their disposal to use. They could try to tear out that mid lane, they could try to tear out that bot lane, or they could try to tear out the top lane to set them up for Baron as we start reaching those stages of the game. The next dragon is coming up in a minute and 30 seconds. It's a Hextech dragon with a Hextech soul, which a Hextech soul on Fiddlesticks, not gonna lie, static shiv on Fiddle when you're ulting in and slowing them down, it's not something you want to face.
Yeah, it's a bit of a throwback to Criddlesticks, man. You know, you remember back in the day, Criddlesticks was a pretty fun build.
Yes,
Maybe
I
I'm
was
really dating myself.
I was around during that era, totally at 100%. Catch what you mean.
You were like 12, bro.
I was basically in the womb.
Oh no, I'm not gonna go that.
I mean, like League came out when I was 6, so
I'm just an old man. Really?
I'm 19. The game's 13 years old.
Holy moly, dude, that is actually.
I was chowing down on a binky, and now I'm talking about the game and making
great, though?
38 people watch as they listen to me talk about how ketchup is a smoothie. But here we go.
God.
Fight about to break out at the Hextech Dragon.
God. Why did you have to do this? Why did you have to do this?
It's time for war.
The teams are jockeying for position here. Looks like Cowrie, though, wants to go in, ready to hit the go button. They found Gymnastics off to the side. Ultimate's only going to catch Cowrie. Cowrie in a little bit of trouble, but look at the backside. Egashira pumps out so much damage. Gymnastics, though, was able to pick up a kill, but now they're going to fall. Provolution able to pick that one up, and now going after Nerf Swain is Egashira. Oh, and Ghost used, but Tominato over the wall. Are they going to be able to find one? They find one. They find two. They're going to find three. It looks like a triple kill for Tominato.
And Egashira completely ready to pop off, about to decimate everyone in the Summoner's Rift, but last second, Tominato comes in and mashes up all of the opponents with a beautiful fear. Meaning they're going to be able to get Dragon, but it looks like there's a little bit of a split call here. I think Swain wants to go for the Dragon, but Tominato CCS, they want more gold. They have defined themselves as the carry for Never Lucky and are doing whatever they want on this Summoner's Rift. They're going to go for Hextech here, but Cowrie looking like they want to have something to say about it.
Yeah, Cowrie's had a lot to say about a lot of things in this game, but unfortunately, it feels like their grip on this game is slipping. You're such a powerful champion. Aurelia with 8 kills is normally very scary, but CSU, they just don't have the tools to enable Cowrie, and now Gymnastics off to the side, just running distraction at this point. Gymnastics will go down their 9th death. Tominato will be able to secure the dragon, but now Egashira from the side, they're going to be able to pick out Swain, and they will gang up on the Swain. Double kill there for Cowrie. 10 kills for this Aurelia. But take a look at what Doink is doing in the top side right now. Just absolutely menacing. Taking down so much. Rift Herald was dropped on the bottom side, and bot inner turret went down, and the charge lands as well. And the top inhibitor turret goes down. I mean, Doink has been a major annoyance this game.
Doink has said, okay, you can 4v5 my team, but at the cost of your entire top side. He's only left them up with an inhib, flashing away, but Silver Potato going to be there to catch him.
Yeah, let's see if Doink has the damage. A pretty nice chunk there. They're going to eat their oranges. Is it going to be K is the big question. The speed up is going to be there, and Doink will fall. A 4th kill over to this Yuumi. That's what happens when you got Ludens on the cat.
But I think that could be a problem for California State. Although... Oh,
Tominato. Once again, a huge ultimate. Cowrie on the side, trying to kill the Seraphine. Seraphine's still just barely alive, but will fall. But now you got to turn your attention to this Aurelia. The drain is out, but Cowrie had broken the tether. Cowrie gets feared. Tominato goes golden, but they will be able to find the Scarecrow and take him down. Huge miscue there as Tominato took their eye off the ball for a second.
And Cowrie absolutely becoming a force in this game, making sure California State University stays alive in this series. They were down a lot of gold. They still are, but they have a hero in that mid lane with a Yuumi.
You put the ball in your carry's hands, and Cowrie is running with it right now.
Right now, the only problem with California State that I can foresee is the fact that they have no map pressure left, and Baron is up. Their bot lane torn to shreds. Their top lane torn to shreds. Their mid lane, the only state that's even, but it looks like Doink might have something to say about that in a second here.
Yeah, Doink is trying to do his thing, but it's going to be hard. It feels like we haven't seen Gangplank make the impact that we thought we were going to see this game, especially after that huge early lead. But starting to get to that point, 2.5 items, and getting ever so closer to collecting all of those Infinity Stones and being the Thanos champ we know they can be. Good warding out here from the side of Never Lucky Gaming. It's going to be a free Baron.
It is free. They have nothing to contest it. And that's a 1,500 gold extra into the pockets of Neverlife, but that's not the main reason they took Baron. It's time for them to go on a siege. They want the inhibs, they want the mid lane, and ultimately they want the game. Egashira pinging for existence in the top lane, but they are surrounded.
Cowrie is in the area though, and Egashira has realized that there are multiple enemy bogeys in the area. Got to back off of that. Inhibitor exposed in the top and bottom lanes. So Never Lucky, they're going to be able to get in, but is that what they really want to do? It looks like they're going to start setting their attention toward the mid lane. And Tominato with the ultimate, dropping down onto 2 members, able to pick up Cowrie and Pikachu. Silver Potato, very low, not long for this world, but Egashira ghosting and using the Yuumi to their advantage, trying to turn this game around. Provolution able to pick up the kill for that. Tominato gets slowed. Egashira taking on a lot of damage, though, in the heel cut, doing so much, and reinforcements in the form of gymnastics have arrived.
That middle tower, the second tier, going to go down here regardless, as 4 of them siege against 3 members of California State University.
Egashira wants to get in. No ghost available, does have the flash. It looks like the rest of the team is going to back off, except Gymnastics wanted a piece of Silver Potato. Should be able to run away at least. They are in hot pursuit. Silver Potato is going to ult toward Gymnastics. Gymnastics flashing. Now you're trying to use vision tricks here. The exhaust is down. The Q gets fired the wrong way, and just barely is Kaisa able to survive with the Yuumi.
But Gymnastics down for Dragon might be California State University's chance to try to at least deny Soul for another 5 minutes, if not put them one step closer to claiming it themselves. They've been in a very defensive position for the vast majority of this game, but 5 of them are up. Only 4 are up for Neverlife Gaming if they want to try and take this fight. And I mean, I think they kind of have to.
Yeah, you have the numbers advantage right now, and it's, getting to be the 24-minute mark. You're down so much gold, they're up in kills, so they're probably not feeling it that they're down as much as they are, but sometimes you just have to take your numbers advantage and run with it. And they are going to bully their way into the pit here. Doink up in the top lane, does have teleport available. Tominato, it's going to be a pretty hard ultimate for them, but no interruption. They are going to be able to get in the middle of the pit. They're going to be able to pick up 1 kill. He is going to go golden, but the Swain and the Crowstorm doing so much. Cowrie, though, 1v1 against the Swain, and Swain is going to be able to win out on that one, and Egashira not able to get the dunk off. It's an ace, a 5 for 2, and Doink is in the base with some minions. If this doesn't end the game, it's sure as hell going to put the screws to CSU.
That Doink, not there for the fight, and he is like, hi guys, I'm back in the top lane. This is my inhibitor. It looks like Silver Potato will be up, but will they be able to defend the base? It looks like Doink's leaving or going for that bottom inhib at the moment, and it looks like we're going to get a nice little 1v1.
Nah, they got to be out of there. Not going to be able to do anything with that. They pushed a lot slower than I expected them to. But we see Potato has picked a lot of favorable fights here with Yasuo. We'll see if this is another one. Potato still going after Yasuo. The Yasuo now has the knockup available. Let's see if they land it. Oh, what a slick move there to just dash right into the wolves. Silver Potato has to go over the wall to try to survive. Q does not land, and Silver Potato lives to fight another day.
That blade was almost key in winning that fight against Silver Potato. Gymnastics said die potato, but Silver said not today and got out with their life.
Not today, Satan. That's it. That's all you gotta say sometimes. Is not today, Satan.
But that top inhibitor has been breached, and it's worth mentioning Fiddlesticks stole that dragon in that clump in the drag pit that put them on soul point despite it being a 4v5.
Yeah, that's actually massive. And, that soul point is going to do so much for them because now you're going to have to feel obligated if you're the side of CSU that you have to do something to try to stop it. Swain could be in a compromising position here. Tominato, though, is over the wall, is going to look to drop the ultimate, doesn't even need to. Silver Potato just dies. Flash onto Cowrie, the fear, the root. And Cowrie is going to go in for this one, but is in the middle of multiple members, does pick up the shutdown onto the Swain. Ultimate from Red Panda goes wide. Now Peaky Chump in the middle of two. Drops the ultimate down, doing a lot of damage. And they have found the members of Never Lucky. Now Gymnastics off to the side has gone into a fight where their entire team is dead. All his friends are dead. Push him to the edge. And that was a huge breath of fresh air to CSU.
They are keeping themselves alive like an Elton John song. They're still standing in this match, and they're going to chase down Doink here. But oh my god.
Doink's starting to do the damage. It's Doinking time, baby. Right on top of Pikachu. And Doink able to pick that one up. And now Cowrie with the cat. The exhaust goes down. Doink never had a chance.
Doink said no more clowning around, but Cowrie's got no fear of clowns when they got the kitty attached to them. And now 15-8. For Cowrie with a 7-3 Yumi on them. They are by far the strongest two in the match. Next to them, Tominato. But will Tominato be able to take down this beastly duo and win the match for Never Lucky? Or will Cowrie be able to win this match for California State and keep the series alive?
Despite how fantastic Never Lucky did in the first game across everybody, it has come down to the star players of each team trying to carry the rest of their team's lifeless corpse across the finish line. 14-6-6, 15-8-8. Baron number 2 started up here by Never Lucky.
And right after Baron, that Hextech Soul Point Drake will be spawning. They'll have a minute to back and get ready for it, but it looks like California State's going to try to engage here.
Oh, they're going to stop Swain. Swain very low. Cowrie full HP. Pikachu trying to get in the middle of multiple people. Tominato drops the ultimate down. This might not be the fight that they want, but that Crow Storm doing so much damage. They're able to pick off all the carries. The Yumi can't get on the Darius. He finds a dunk, but then he falls, and Doink teleports into the base. They've got super minions. They got Baron minions. The death timers are far too long. And Never Lucky Gaming, a huge statement here tonight. They improved to 3-0, and California State University falls to 2-1. Tominato proclaimed Never Lucky is the best team in PXE, and they will show it once again for another week.
They keep the undefeated streak alive and will be sitting at the top of the standings in Phoenix Esports after tonight. What a performance!
Fantastic stuff out of both Cowrie and Tominato, back and forth once again. But unfortunately for Cowrie, Tominato came out on top, doing 32k damage to Cowrie's 30k damage. So close between these two champions.
It was definitely a fight for their lives. I think this series has definitely been mid, jungle, and support were the players to watch out for. Of course, on California State, you had Cowrie and Provolution, and on Never Lucky, you had Nerf Swain and the beast himself, Tominato.
Yeah, Fiddlesticks in the lore is everybody's biggest fear, and there were 5 people today that learned the fear of Fiddlesticks, and that Tominato is probably not going to get Fiddlesticks again, although I think the Belveth game was a little bit better. That champion just creates so much discourse and creates a whole lot of problems for the team staring him down.
The question is, what do you do now when you go against Tominato? You know every champion in his arsenal that we've seen so far is an absolute threat to your business if you want to survive a series against Never Lucky Gaming. He's good with Fiddle. He's good with Belveth. I can only assume he's great with the other champions he has in his arsenal. And if those last 2 games, double-digit kills regularly so far, over 30,000 damage regularly. Tom Menino says he's here for the kill participation to out CS his opponent as well. And he's just absolutely done it tonight against one of the better junglers inside of Phoenix Esports.
Yeah, honestly, Tom Menino's got oops all heaters and a bag of tricks when it comes to the junglers that they can pull out at any given time. Just a fantastic jungler, and certainly made Pikachu look like their namesake. And California State University, though, they did put up a pretty big fight. I will give them credit for that. It looks like they might have been outclassed in a couple of different aspects here. So not quite sure if that means that it's hard to tell, right? Is Never Lucky Gaming that much better? Are they the best team in the league? Does this mean California State University is an average team? That still remains to be seen, as there is a lot of season left.
That is completely true. It could have also been an off day or a shining day for Never Lucky and California State, respectively. But with that being said, California State was looking like a force to be reckoned with. They're 2-0 for a reason, right? You do go up against 2 teams, win in convincing fashion, but Never Lucky tonight treated California State like California State has treated every team they've been against in the past. So either we had an off day for California State, or Never Lucky is miles ahead of their opponents, and it will be hard to see a team be able to take these guys down now that they are 3-0.
Yeah, there is always a bigger fish unless you are the biggest fish. And it's a little difficult to determine if you are the biggest fish or not. But Tom Menino did exactly what they said they were going to do. Never Lucky Gaming improves to 3-0. And California State University falls to 2-1. And that is it for our action tonight. But we do have some more action coming up tomorrow. If I'm not wrong, right? I'm pretty sure
We do have action tomorrow. I believe it is at 8 p.m. Eastern time.
Yes,
as
is.
we
much earlier. Thank God.
Much earlier than tonight.
I don't like Sands, Anakin Skywalker's favorite team versus Final Bastion.
We will. I'm so sorry. I don't like Sands, like Sands from Undertale.
What? No, I don't like sand. Like sand, like.
Well, it's
like yeah, not quite like dirt, but it's that's what it is. Anywho, that'll be tomorrow at 8 p.m. So do not go anywhere, because Romeo and I will be casting that one tomorrow night, 8 p.m. That is it for us, my friends. So for myself, Romeo, our producer Snow, and the rest of the Phoenix Esports League family, thank you so much for being here with us tonight. We're sorry we didn't get a chance to do an interview, but it's really late. I got work tomorrow.
Yeah,